So dear students, welcome for the sixth session of this amines topic. That is a general topic in the form of organic compounds containing a what atom? Nitrogen atom. In the previous session, I have discussed what the physical properties with respect to these amines are. About the physical state, then about the solubility with respect to the polar and then the non-polar solvents, along with another one is the boiling point. After that, we have discussed only one chemical property, that is the most important property with respect to amines, that is called as the basic nature of amines, comparing alkyl amines with ammonia and then aryl amines with which one? Ammonia. Okay. So now we will have the second property, chemical property, chemical properties of amines. Under that, the second one that we have choose is alkylation. It's also called as Hoffman's alkylation. Hoffman's alkylation. Hoffman's alkylation. So this already we have discussed in the chapter of haloalkanes. What happens when haloalkanes reacted with alcoholic ammonia in a sealed tube at 100 degrees Celsius? As if already we know that first it forms a primary amines, and then if I use an excess of haloalkanes it forms secondary amines, then tertiary amines, and finally it forms a quaternary ammonium salt. The same thing here. Even in the preparation of this one we have already discussed preparation of amines. Because this method is not a quite suitable method for the preparation of strictly the primary amines, because we are getting a mixture of primary amines, secondary amines, tertiary amines, and then the quaternary ammonium salt. So that is why it is very difficult to isolate a primary amine from the mixture of all those four. So that is indirectly we are saying that it is called as alkylation. So here RNH2, what this is called? Primary amine. Primary amine. This, when made to react with, for example, R-X, RX or R-X, we don't know about that. It may be same or it may be different. Here H with X is written in the form of HX, such that it forms RNH, R-. This is called a secondary amine. Secondary amine. This reacted with another molecule of this R-X. Again H and X, therefore that is a removal of which one? HX. To form RN R' with lone pair of electrons. This is an example for so the general formula for which one? Tertiary amines. Then it made to react with, for example, another molecule of RX. As if there is no replaceable hydrogen here, but there is a lone pair of electrons on that. That helps for the attachment of this to form RN R' with X plus X minus. This is called QAS. QAS means quaternary ammonium salt. Which salt it is? Quaternary ammonium salt, which is having an abbreviation of QAS. Means primary amines reacted with haloalkane or alkyl halide to form dialkyl amine on treating with the another molecule of this to form trialkyl amine, and then finally it forms a tertiary alkyl amine. Okay, so it's not called tertiary, it is a quaternary ammonium salt. Okay, if I choose for example methyl group, for example, if I take for example methylamine, here we have to choose R' is going to be the, if R is equal to CH3 means it is called methylamine, and if I choose RX, R is equal to CH3 and X is equal to, for example, Cl, then it is methyl chloride. Methyl chloride. You have to write the reactions on your own now. Putting R is equal to what? CH3, and R' is also equal to what? CH3. If R is equal to CH3, in this case it is called as methylamine. If R' is equal to CH3 and X is equal to Cl, means it is called as what? Chloride. Methyl chloride. What is the product here? The first product is CH3, here also it is CH3, therefore it is dimethylamine. Dimethylamine. It further reacts to form with another molecule of this to form trimethylamine. And then finally it forms all are CH3. Therefore it is called as tetramethyl ammonium halide, means it is chloride. It's an example for a QAS. QAS means it is called as quaternary ammonium salt. Okay. So that is an example of alkylation using R is equal to CH3 and R dash is also equal to what? CH3. Okay. Suppose if example 2 is the case, if R is equal to CH3, if R is equal to, for example, C6H5, let us take that. Then it is called as aniline, called as benzenamine. And R dash is equal to, for example, CH3 and X is equal to Br. It is called as methyl bromide. Which bromide it is? Methyl bromide. Just you have to put here R is equal to C6H5 and R dash is equal to CH3 and X is equal to Br. So what's the first product here? Here it is C6H5, here it is CH3. Then what is the meaning of that? We are getting methyl phenyl ammonium, methyl phenyl amine, methyl phenyl amine. Then further reacts with this. We are having the two CH3 groups here. Therefore, it is called dimethyl phenylamine. Dimethyl phenylamine. And then trimethyl phenyl ammonium bromide. Instead of chloride, we have taken here the Br, that is what it is. Means if R is equal to C6H5, then it is first called as aniline or benzenamine. And R dash is equal to CH3 and X is equal to Br, it is called as methyl bromide. When they meet to react with, they first form methyl phenylamine, then dimethyl phenylamine, and then finally the trimethyl phenylamine. In case of IUPAC name, we can mention that as N-methyl aniline, N and dimethyl aniline, and there is no IUPAC name for that, it is just only trimethyl phenyl ammonium bromide. You have to write the reactions of this by putting R is equal to what? C6H5 and R dash is equal to CH3 and X is equal to Br. So here this alkylation is helpful for the distinction between primary, secondary and then the tertiary amines. Formation of QAS requires 3 moles of HX or RX, 2 moles of RX and 1 mole of RX. That shows that it is an example for a primary amine. Here it is a secondary amine and finally it is a tertiary amine. Huffman's alkylation or Huffman's methylation is used to distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and then the tertiary amines. Primary amines forms the quaternary ammonium salt, secondary amines also form the quaternary ammonium salt, tertiary amines also form the quaternary ammonium salt. But what is the difference here? How to convert primary amine to QAS? Here it consumes 1 RX, 2 RX and 3 RX, means it consumes how much? 3 moles of alkyl halide. Suppose if I start with secondary amine, here it takes how many molecules? 3 moles of or 3 molecules of alkyl halides. Whereas if I start from tertiary amines, it requires only 1. On that basis, we are deciding that it is an example for a chemical test to distinguish between primary amine, secondary amine and then the tertiary amine. Means in general, the formation of a quaternary ammonium salt requires how much? If it consumes 3 molecules or moles of the haloalkanes, then it is an example for a primary amine. If it consumes only 2 moles of haloalkane or alkyl halide, then it is a secondary amine. Finally, if it consumes only 1 molecule or 1 mole of haloalkane, then it is considered to be the what? Tertiary amine. Okay. So this is called as Huffman's alkylation. Okay. So next we will have the acylation, or in particular it is acetylation. Acetylation. First, generally it is called as acetylation, but here in particular we are using the acetylation. The third one is acylation in general, but in particular it is acetylation. Acetylation. So here let us have first only the primary amines. What amines we have to choose first? Only the primary amines. Either CH3COCl, what's it called? Ethanoyl chloride, NOYL. Ethanoyl chloride, or it is commonly called by acetyl chloride. What chloride or what chloride? Ethanoyl chloride or acetyl chloride. This made to react with RNH2. What is it RNH2 here? A primary amine. Primary amine. When primary amines made to react with acetyl chloride or acyl chloride, H with the Cl is removed in the form of HCl plus. So here R CH3 CO NH R. This is called N-alkyl ethanamide, or commonly it is also called by N-alkyl acetamide. N-alkyl acetamide. Means here just the hydrogen has been replaced by CH3CO group. H has been replaced by CH3CO group. That CH3CO group is called as acetyl group. Therefore, the name of that reaction is called as acetylation. Or in general, it is an example for an acyl group. That is why it is called as acylation. Okay. Example you have to choose. You have to write on your own. If R is equal to CH3, it is called methanamine or methylamine. Methanamine or methylamine. The product is, just put R is equal to CH3, that's it. This is as usual ethanamide. Therefore, it is R means it is N-methyl ethanamide. N-methyl ethanamide. And the common name for that one is N-methyl acetamide. You have to write the reactions of on your own just by putting R is equal to what? CH3. If R is equal to CH3, the name of that compound is methanamine, or it is also called as methylamine. Then the product that has been formed is N-methyl ethanamide, or common name is N-methyl acetamide. As usual, the second thing, if R is equal to, for example, C2H5, it is called ethanamine. Ethanamine, or common name for that one is ethylamine. Ethanamine or ethylamine. What's the product? Instead of methyl, just it is ethyl. That's it. That is N-ethyl ethanamide. N-methyl ethanamide, or common name is N-methyl acetamide. N-methyl acetamide. In the third example, if R is equal to, for example, C6H5, it is called as benzenamine, which is also called as aniline. Benzenamine, or it is also called as which one? Aniline. The product is N-phenyl ethanamide. N-phenyl ethanamide, which may be also called as N-phenyl acetamide, and this is also called by another name, acetanilide. It's having three different names. The first one is what? N-phenyl ethanamide, or it is also called as N-phenyl acetamide, or in particular it is called as N-phenyl acetamide, which is simply called as which one? Acetanilide. You have to write the reactions of your own by putting what? R is equal to CH3, R is equal to CH5, and R is equal to which one? C6H5. Okay. Also, instead of CH3COCl, CH3CO twice O can also be used. Instead of ethanol chloride called as acetyl chloride, I can use this also. That is CH3 CO twice O. This is called anhydride of acetic acid, called as acetic anhydride. What anhydride it is? Acetic anhydride. Made to react with what? Same RNH gives rise to same CH3CONH, or instead of HCl there is a removal of CH3CO. That is the same product is obtained. What is that? N-alkyl ethanamide, which is also called as N-alkyl acetamide. Means instead of what? Acetyl chloride, we can use this also. Again, it is what amide? The primary amines. Okay? If I take the methyl, that is called as methylamine, the product is N-methyl ethanamide, or it is also called as N-methyl acetamide. If R is equal to C2H5, it is called as ethanamine, which is also called as ethylamine. The product is N-ethyl ethanamide, or it is also called as N-methyl acetamide. Suppose if R is equal to C6H5, if we choose, it is called first benzenamine, or simply it is called as aniline, and the product obtained is N-phenyl ethanamide or N-phenyl acetamide, or it is also called by another name, that is called as acetanilide. What's it called? Acetanilide. Okay. So now, instead of this, we can have another one about the secondary amines. Secondary amines. Suppose if the same acetylation or acylation is carried out with secondary amines. Secondary amines with secondary amine. Same acetyl chloride called as CS3CO. That is acetyl or ethanol chloride. Made to react with RNHR. What is this called? A secondary amine. What amine it is? Secondary amine. Again there is a Cl removal along with H, therefore that is removed in the form of which one? HCl plus. As usual we are having the CS3CO, N surrounded by R and R. What is this called? Here we are having only one alkyl group. Here it is called N dash dialkyl ethanamide. Or commonly it is called by N dash dialkyl, common name is acetamide. Primary amines reacted with, acetyl chloride reacted with secondary amines to form what? Either N dialkyl ethanamide, or sometimes it may be also called as N dialkyl acetamide. If it is R, dimethylamine, the product is N dash diethyl ethanamide or N dash diethyl acetamide. If R is equal to C6H5, C2H5, diethylamine. What's that? Diethylamine. The product is N dash diethyl ethanamide or N dash diethyl acetamide. If R is equal to C6H5 and R is equal to CH3, then it is called as methylphenylamine. Methylphenylamine. The product is N-methyl N-phenyl ethanamide or N-methyl N-phenyl acetamide. You have to write on your own by taking what? Put R is equal to CH3, R is equal to C2H5, R dash, let us take that as N dash, okay? R is equal to this and R dash is also equal to this. R dash is equal to C2H5. And then third one is R is equal to C6H5 and R dash is equal to CH3. Okay? We are getting N-methyl N-phenyl ethanamide or N-methyl N-phenyl acetamide. Okay? The fourth property is benzylation. What relation it is? Benzylation. C6H5COCl. What's that called? C6H5COCl. Made to react with RNH2. What that RNH2 is? Sorry, before benzylation, let's have first clarity with the tertiary amines now. Clear of that and we'll move on to the C. Let us take tertiary amines. CH3COCl, what is this? Acetyl chloride, or it is also called as ethanol chloride, made to react with RNR dash R double dash. What is that? It is a tertiary amine. Tertiary amine. Here there is H, here there is a Cl, therefore that is removed in the form of HCl. Here there is Cl, here there is H, therefore that is removed in the form of which one? HCl. Here there is a Cl, but there is no hydrogen, therefore no reaction. Because of the absence of active hydrogen atom around the nitrogen atom in tertiary amines, it doesn't undergo a process called as which one? Acylation or acetylation. Means which one? Primary amines reacted or undergo acetylation or acylation to form which one? N-alkyl ethanamide or N-alkyl acetamide. Secondary amines reacted with acetyl chloride or undergo acetylation to form N-N-dialkyl ethanamide or N-N-dialkyl acetamide. Whereas tertiary amines doesn't undergo a process called as which one? Acylation or acetylation, because of the absence of which atom? Hydrogen atom that has been adjacent to the nitrogen atom in case of the what atom? Which amine? Tertiary amines. Therefore, there is no acylation in case of which one? Tertiary amines. Primary forms N-alkyl acetamide or ethanamide. Secondary amines formed N-N-dialkyl ethanamide or N-N-dialkyl acetamide. Whereas the tertiary amines doesn't undergo a process called as which one? Acetylation. Okay. So this is about the third property called as which one? The acylation, or in particular it is called as acetylation. Okay. Let's have the fourth one. The fourth property is benzylation. The substitution of a benzyl group to a given organic substance is called as what? Benzylation. C6H5COCl, this is called benzyl chloride, ZOYL, benzyl chloride. Made to react with RNH2. What is that RNH2 here? It is called as primary amines. Primary amines. In presence of pyridine, a base. In presence of a base like which one? Pyridine. Again there is a free hydrogen here, active hydrogen, and then the HCl. Therefore that is removed in the form of HCl. Plus it forms C6H5CONHR. This is called N-alkyl or N-aryl ethanamide. In particular, N-alkyl, or this one common name is acetamide. Just the C replacement of what by what? H has been replaced by C6H5CO. What is C6H5CO? It is called benzyl group. CH3CO is called acetyl. C6H5CO is called as benzyl. Therefore, the name of that reaction is called as benzylation. There it forms N-alkyl or N-aryl. Which one? Ethanamide. But here it forms. Sorry, it is not ethanamide. Sorry, it's not ethanamide here. It is only the benzamide. It is only the what? Benzamide. N-alkyl or N-aryl, which one? Benzamide. Example. If R is equal to CH3, it is called as methylamine or methanamide. The product that has been formed is N-methyl benzamide. N-methyl benzamide. N-methyl benzamide. Suppose if R is equal to C2H5, The name of the reaction is, name of the reactant that we have taken is dimethylamine. Here it forms N-ethyl benzamide. N-ethyl benzamide. If R is equal to C6H5, it is called as benzenamine or aniline. Benzenamine. It is also called as which one? Aniline. The product is N-phenyl benzamide. N-phenyl benzamide. In particular, this reaction is called as Scotton-Bowman reaction. The benzylation of aniline or benzenamine is strictly called as which one? The Scotton-Bowman reaction. Okay, so that is just the replacement of hydrogen of the amine by the benzyl group is called as first what relation? Benzylation. First, primary amines reacted with benzyl chloride to form N-alkyl or N-aryl, which one? Benzamide. For example, if I take methyl, R is equal to CH, it is called methylamine. The product is N-methyl benzamide. If R is equal to C2H5, then it is called as N-ethyl benzamide. If R is equal to C6H5, the name of the product is going to be the N-phenyl benzamide, and that particular reaction is called as the Scotton-Bowman reaction. It is indirectly the benzylation of aniline is called as Scotton-Bowman reaction. Benzylation of which one? Aniline is called as Scotton-Bowman reaction. Similarly, if it is secondary, if it is secondary, benzyl chloride made to react with secondary amine to form what? Benzyl chloride, C6H5COCl plus RNHR dash. An example for a what amine? Secondary amine. C6H5CONRR dash plus HCl. This is N dash dialkyl benzamide. But as per the syllabus, we didn't have the property of this one. If it is what? The benzylation, if it is carried for the secondary amines, benzyl chloride reacted with secondary amine to form what? N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. Again, the benzylation of tertiary amines is not possible. Why? The same reason. What's that? Because of the absence of the active hydrogen atom in case of the tertiary amines, it is not undergoing a process called as either the acetylation or it may be the acylation. Okay, means only the primary amines reacted with benzyl chloride to form N-alkyl or N-aryl benzamide, whereas the secondary amines undergo benzylation to form N-dialkyl benzamide. But we can't expect the benzylation in case of which one? The tertiary amines, because of the absence of the active hydrogen atom adjacent to the nitrogen of the tertiary amines. Okay, in particular, the benzylation of aniline is called as what reaction? A named reaction called as Scotton-Bowman reaction. What is that? If aniline or benzenamine made to react with benzyl chloride, it forms N-phenyl benzamide, and that particular reaction is called as benzylation of aniline, and that benzylation of aniline is now called as what? Scotton-Bowman reaction. Okay, so this is about the fourth property that we are calling that as which one? The benzylation. The fifth one is fifth one is carbyl-amine reaction. Which one? Carbyl-amine reaction. RNH2, a primary amine. I don't know whether it is a primary aliphatic or aromatic, whatever it may be. When this made to react with the CHCl3, what is that CHCl3 called as? Chloroform. Chloroform. And alcoholic potash or KOH. Upon heating. So here it forms RNC. plus KCl plus H2. This is alkyl or aryl isocyanide. NC refers to which one? A functional group that is called as isocyanide. So to balance that, we are having the 3 here, here we are having the 3 here, here also we are having, I think, 3 plus 1 plus 2, that is 6, means here it is 3. So this is of highly unpleasant or highly bad odor. Unpleasant means it is not suitable for the inhalation, that is why it is having a unpleasant or it may be the bad odor. When primary amines made to react with the chloroform with alcoholic potash, it forms a very bad or the unpleasant smelling of which one? Respective isocyanide. If I choose the methyl component, alkyl component, it is called alkyl isocyanide, and if it is a aryl group that we have chosen, then it is called as that aryl isocyanide. This is a test for only primary amines. It's a test for only the which one? Primary amines. Because in a sample of primary, secondary and tertiary amines, we have to choose what the primary amine is. It has been done by what reaction? Carbolymer reaction. Because just we have to get an highly unpleasant odor, which is a very bad odor, and that lead to the formation of a isocyanide. Okay. So for example, if R is equal to CH3, if I choose, it is called as methyl amine that I have taken. The product that has been obtained is R is equal to CH3 means methyl, therefore it is called as methyl isocyanate. Methyl isocyanate. Suppose if R is equal to CH3, if I choose, then it is called as ethyl amine first. If it is ethyl amine, means the product that has been obtained is going to be the ethyl isocyanate. Suppose if R is equal to C6H5 that I have chosen, it is called aniline, benzenamine, or it is also called as aniline, or it is also called by another name. What is that called? Phenylamine. Phenylamine. The product that has been formed is found to be the phenyl isocyanate. Methylamine made to react with chloroform and alcoholic potash to form methyl isocyanate. Ethylamine react with chloroform and alcoholic potash to form ethyl isocyanate. Benzenamine or aniline or phenylamine made to react with chloroform and alcoholic potash to form phenyl isocyanate. So here this isocyanates is also called by another name, that is called as what reaction? What is the first name called as? Carbolymer. Hence the reaction particularly is called as Carbolymer reaction. And this test is strictly for the which one? Detection of only the which amines? The primary amines. Okay. After carbolymer reaction, now we will move on to the which one? Sixth is with BSC, called as benzene sulfonyl chloride, which is also called by another name. It is called as Heinsberg reagent. Heinsberg's reagent. BSC is called as benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay. C6H5SO2Cl. This is called as BSC. What is that BSC? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride plus made to react with RNH2. What is RNH2? Primary amine. Primary amine. It is very similar to that as we have discussed in case of either the acetylation or it will be the benzylation. The same thing. Here there is Cl, here there is H. Therefore, this is removed in the form of HCl plus. What I left here? C6H5 SO2 NHR. The name of this one is called N-alkyl or N-aryl benzene sulfonamide. The name of that product is either, if I choose alkyl, then it is called as N-alkyl. If I choose R is equal to C6H5, that is aryl. Therefore, it is called N-alkyl or N-aryl benzene sulfonamide, which is soluble in NaOH. Because this hydrogen is found to be the acidic right now, that is why it is soluble in which one? NaOH. For example, methylamine. What happens when BSC made to react with methylamine? It forms N-methyl benzene sulfonamide. N-methyl benzene sulfonamide. If R is equal to C2H5, ethylamine, the product is N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide. If R is equal to C6H5, N-phenyl benzene sulfonamide. Take example, take R is equal to CH3, R is equal to C2H5 and R is equal to C6H5. Methylamine, ethylamine and then the phenylamine called as aniline. What are the products? N-methyl benzene sulfonamide, N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide and N-phenyl benzene sulfonamide. All these are soluble in which one? NaOH. Let us have this, the secondary amines now. C6H5SO2Cl. What is that again? BSC, benzene sulfonyl chloride. Made to react with RNHR. This is an example for a secondary amine. Example for a what? Secondary amine. Again there is a Cl, again there is a H. Therefore there is a removal of which one? HCl plus C6H5 SO2NH. Not H here, H has been removed here. R and then R. This is called N-dash dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. NN dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. But here, as it doesn't contain the active hydrogen, therefore it is insoluble in excess of which one? NaOH. Insoluble in excess of NaOH. Secondary amines made to react with the Heinsberg reagent. What is Heinsberg reagent? It is called BSC. BSC means it is called benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-dash dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, but that is insoluble in which one? NaOH. Take. You have to write on your own CH3, R is equal to C2H5 as examples. Suppose if I choose R is equal to CH3, it is called a dimethylamine. Sorry, dimethylamine. What's that? Dimethylamine. What's the product? N-dash dimethyl benzene sulfonamide, which is insoluble in which one? NaOH, because of the absence of the active hydrogen. If I took R is equal to C2H5, it is called as a diethylamine. What's that? Diethylamine. The product is N-dash diethyl benzene sulfonamide. Again, it is insoluble in excess of NaOH. Okay. Now we will have the same BSC, benzene sulfonyl chloride plus RNRR, and a general formula for a what amine? Tertiary amines. General formula for a tertiary amines. Okay. What's the product here? Here there is H, here there is Cl, therefore that is removed in the form of HCl. Here there is H, here there is Cl, that is removed in the form of HCl. Here there is no hydrogen, but there is only this one, therefore there is no reaction. Means tertiary amines doesn't react with the Heinsberg reagent. Why? Because of the absence of acidic hydrogen, or it is also called as active hydrogen, around the nitrogen atom. In case of what amines? Tertiary amines. Therefore, we can't expect the reaction of tertiary amines with the Heinsberg reagent called as benzene sulfonyl chloride. So, this is also one of the chemical tests to distinguish between which and which? Primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Primary amines reacted with the benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-alkyl or N-aryl benzene sulfonamide, which is soluble in NaOH. Secondary amines reacted with benzene sulfonyl chloride to form N-N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, but is insoluble in NaOH. Tertiary amines doesn't reacted with the benzene sulfonyl chloride because of the absence of the active hydrogen or the acidic hydrogen atom adjacent to the nitrogen atom in case of what amines? Tertiary amines. That is why the Heinsberg test is also giving a distinguished test between the which one? Primary amines, secondary amines and then the tertiary amines. Previously in the last session I discussed alkylation. What is that? Primary amines formed quaternary ammonium salt by consuming 3 moles of haloalkene. Secondary amines also forms the QAS by consuming only 2 moles of haloalkene, whereas the tertiary amines forms the QAS by consuming only 1 mole of or 1 molecule of methyl halide. So that is a chemical test called as alkylation or Hoffman's alkylation to distinguish between primary amines, secondary amines and then the tertiary amines. And then the another one is a Heinsberg test. That is, primary amines forms N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide which is soluble in NaOH. Secondary amines forms N-N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide which is insoluble in NaOH. But tertiary amines doesn't react with the what? Heinsberg reagent. That is why this is also a chemical test to distinguish between primary amines, secondary amines and then the tertiary amines. Okay. So this, in the next session we will move on to the another 2 properties I think. One, how it reacts with nitrous acid and what are the electrophilic substitution reactions in case of aromatic amines. Okay. So that we will discuss in the next session of this particular amines chapter. Okay. So thank you.